We have an S550 here for a bad wrist pad. This is a 2007 model, and the wrist pad that goes on the center console was really loose, so we removed it from the car. This is the wrist pad right here, where you rest your wrist to control the wheel fob here. Anyways, we had to remove this from here. It sits like this, and the customer was complaining that this was just wiggling around a lot. So what we did was we removed this keypad from the rest pad, and we found out that this thing is actually fractured here on the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to attempt to repair this thing, which costs $204 brand new, and you can see it's cracked right there. And we're going to try and repair it with some high adhesive plastic glue, and we're also going to use a little bit of crazy glue to glue this. And this is only an attempt at fixing this. This may not work, but if you guys don't want to spend $204 on a wrist pad, which is understandable, we're going to try and glue this so to save the customer some money. And the keypad is relatively simple to pop off. It's got a pin right here, so you could use a screwdriver to pry it away from the wrist fob. But the tabs are plastic, so they're going to be really easy to break if this thing's old or sits in the sun a lot. So if the car sits in the sun a lot, you should be really careful using I should say a small screwdriver, prying this off, and be careful not to leave a little mark. See how there's a little mark on there with the screwdriver when you do try to take it off. So you have to be really careful, really ginger, taking this keypad out of there. And now we're going to just go ahead and show you the process of gluing this together. Again, there's no guarantee that this will work, but it does save you $204. So if this thing weren't so expensive, a lot of people probably would buy a lot of them, because I can imagine a lot of people, what happens is people put all their weight on these wrist pads. When they get in the car, they put their hands here, and they push down real hard, with the opposite hand. So as I'm getting in the car, and I want to sit in my seat, I can imagine if I'm a little bit heavy of a person, I put all my weight on here, and I either push it this way or I push it that way, and then this little screw thing which holds it in place is gonna give and crack and break, and then you have no choice but to change it. So here we go. I'm going to start showing you how we're going to glue this thing together. Okay, well, we already crazy glued this part together, and a caveat that you're going to run into, and I want to warn you about, is that the hole here is machined perfectly to the shape of the hole here. So if you put too much glue, like I did right now, this is not going to fit in here. It doesn't want to fit in the hole exactly. I'm pushing it in right now, and it's not fitting flush. So what you need to do, you got to be careful. You got to be a little bit careful on the glue, the crazy glue. If you go overzealous on it, it's not going to fit in this machined hole. So just be careful with the amount of glue you put on. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some high bonding plastic glue on the inside here, so it doesn't interfere with the fit into this machined hole here. So we're going to put some black bonding glue there, and that'll make it the repair a little bit more solid. So let's continue on. So we're using a razor blade to take off the crazy glue that's in excess of preventing this from fitting in flush. So be careful when you do use a razor blade to take out the excess glue. You do not want to cut yourself when you do this job. Okay, we're back again, and I've been going back and forth with the trimming of the glue and trying to fit it here into this machine part. What I wanted to point out right now is that the fact that this area where the screw goes in is kind of conic. It has like a circular bowl shape to it where the screw goes in, which is the reason why these things are breaking, is because this surface should be flat, right? Because there's actually no washer that goes in this hollow point area, and this is the reason why these things break so easily, is because the force of the exertion of force through this screw where the screw hole is, where my finger is right now, the exertion of force going through this hole is causing these things to break where this conic area is of the screw entry. So, and what happens is basically the base of this area is so small that when you do rest your arm or your wrist on this thing as you get in the car and out of the car, and you use the control fob to make the instrument panel work, It's just putting too much stress on this. So bottom line is it's a poor design. That's really what it comes down to. It's a poor design. So we're going to go ahead and like I said, put some black glue in here, and I'm going to show you what kind of glues we've been using to make this stay good. And they're really great products. 3M makes a product for gluing this thing back together that makes it almost as good as new. This is really only a band-aid repair. This is going to happen again and again and again, and you know, this is just something to help you to save money, and hopefully you guys can maybe even find a better way to correct this issue. Okay, so these are the products we used. We used a 3M Auto Mix Quick Fix Adhesive Repair Kit. It's a clear super glue, and it comes in a packet, and the part number is 08224. And you can get this online, or you can get it at a good automotive refinishing place where they sell automotive paint products for body shops. They sell this kit. And here's another repair kit. It's called the 3M semi-rigid plastic repair. This is really good stuff. What you have to do is you have to have a gun and a syringe. These syringes cost $5, and they're really good for fixing bumpers and other small plastic parts such as this. And you have to mix the glue and put it on a piece of paper and mix it with some plastic tablets, and then we apply it to this. And that's what we did inside here. We put some on the inside so that it stays solid and tight, and solid and tight on a little bit on the bottom of here. But this is just a band-aid repair. It's not a permanent fix. This will break again if someone exerts force on it. Remember that the base comes with the keypad, and it costs $204 from the dealer. So you would get not only this holder but also a new keypad if you don't want to attempt and fix this yourself. So we're putting the wire for the keypad through the wrist housing here, the wrist support housing. And it's flush, it fits flush in the hole. And now we're putting the screw in. It's a torque screw. It's on nice and tight. We still have to put the keypad on. Just making sure that this doesn't wiggle like it did before. It was really loose. Now it's on pretty solid. Now we're going to put the keypad in place. Snaps in. Keypad snaps in. Close the cover, and we're done. It's on nice and solid. Everything's in place. One thing we want to add is that they don't sell, Mercedes does not sell this cover, this vinyl cover, with the housing. So the keypad comes with it, the plastic housing comes with it, but this cover here is separate. So just this base unit where the keypad goes in is $204 US dollars. And now you know how to repair this if you don't want to spend the money to fix it. But we recommend replacing the whole thing. Again, this is just a band-aid repair. It's not a permanent fix, but it'll help you save money in the interim so you can save up for the real thing.